Hey, this is Daniel from Boujuke Productions. This month of March is all about travel planning. I'm sorry this is not going to be as exciting as like going on a grand trip or cool experience, and it will definitely not look cool. But there is a reason. I've discussed before with friends and family on how to prepare and plan a trip. I've learned from them that not everybody knows where to start in travel planning. This is the backbone of any type of preparation or research. An example is a grocery list like this right here. You write a list before you go to the grocery store. So you got your eggs, your cereal, things like that, and you make a list of the things that you need to buy. But then when you get into a grocery store like Costco, they snake you around and there's a bunch of stuff that you really don't need. But you look at it and it's like, oh, that's a good deal, and I think I could do that. And then you reach for it and you spontaneously grab it. It's kind of like that for travel planning. You have the set goal in mind of doing something, but when you get there, anything can happen. Here we are going to break down the essentials of planning a fun-filled trip catered for both business and leisure, and how to maximize your time and budget in about 4 to 5 videos for this March. The first video will be about the aspiration of researching travel and experiences. Also, these videos are how I do things, and may not be the industry standard or based on a professional travel agent. But I hope these videos have some meaning to you as they are for me. Before we start, I put out a video every Wednesday, so I hope you would subscribe if you like this content. Thank you. Welcome to the land of travel. Now, what is travel? Really, it's just a simple term meaning you can leave one location and go to another. That's it. Conceptually, travel is about the journey, not just the destination. You may have heard of that. It may be a place you have in mind for vacation, or you have an important meeting to attend for a job. Regardless, you have to travel somewhere for everything. Yes, I'm talking to you who stay at home all day and don't go out to see this beautiful world. Whether you're taking a dream vacation to the Maldives or go on a road trip to go camping in the mountains, you have to put in the effort to travel plan. Even if you travel for business and your company pays for everything, you still have to figure out how to get from the airport to your location. These aspects are some of the things that swirl around my head when I'm planning to go somewhere. It's kind of like if you want to go to a new restaurant, you kind of want to see before you go, just to see, just to impress somebody or your date or something like that. So you go online to say, look at the menu, look at the food to see if that's the right type of food that you would like to have, as well as read a food review maybe to see what location is the best. Back when I worked for Booking.com, one of the dialogue skills we were taught was using open-ended questions to stimulate someone else's thoughts on travel. We go from a broad perspective and we narrow it down their research using specific questions, shown as an inverted pyramid or funnel. We could take a person who wants to go on a trip and find them the best location they would like to go. Broadness is, of course, a little subjective, but I could start with asking, would you like to travel domestically here in the US? Where would you like to go, the West Coast or the East Coast? It depends on where you live. Do you want to be somewhere sunny, or do you want to go out in the cold and enjoy skiing or something like that? What would you like to do for fun? Like, what is it that you want to do? Are you going to go to an event or something like that? Or are you going to be like me and you want to go bowling just for some dumb reason in every state? One of the major questions are always like beach, city, mountain, forest, something else. I don't remember, plains, whatever. Try to figure out the gist of that location. and a bunch of questions just to narrow down the best one. You can do this for yourself just as an inner thought, or you can ask somebody or whoever you're going with to travel to pick a location like that by narrowing down your topics. All right, with a location in mind, let's get researching. There are so many ways to start. There are many places to figure out how to start. The one that I use is just generic Google. Yeah, just Google Maps, things like that. Just look around to see, type of just whatever you think, or you see a video and that looks really cool. Let's go in and go on Google and just type in what's there. You can also start with the city's tourism office and website. Most major cities will have some type of tourism government offices. Sometimes you can just use plain old TripAdvisor, good old TripAdvisor, or Yelp. I don't think people use Yelp. Or just find a blog, because a lot of people like to blog of the locations that they like to go at. A little old school, I get that, but online blogs, you can find plenty of them. If you're going to a city for like an event, that event actually should have a section for how to get there and all the sponsored locations to stay at. So let's say I'm going to Phoenix. One of the sponsors for going to a Suns game is actually to stay at the Kimpton Hotel in Phoenix, in downtown Phoenix. It's expensive. It's like $300, $400 a night. Out of my price range. But going back to like Google Maps, Google Maps is a pretty good way to get a full-scale geographic kind of area idea. Let's say you want to go to Hawaii, and you're going to Oahu. It's a pretty big island, actually, and Waikiki is just a huge city with a ton of things to do. So getting a geographic idea, looking at a map or something, might help you out narrow down certain areas that you would like to go to. Like, do you want to go up to the north side, where there's the big surfing waves and stuff, or go towards the Waikiki and just lay on those beaches, or you can go to the west and chill in the more rural areas. You can even go old school and just read about a location from a book or a travel guide. There are many of them still being published today. Let's talk about your experience now. Would you like an adrenaline rush and go out of your comfort zone, or would you like to relax on the beach, get your suntan on? Understanding not only your limits, but to cater to the people you may be going with can make a difference when you are planning a trip. Are you here for a business meeting? You could look into finding a great restaurant to take your clients to or colleagues and enjoying something around your area. The script kind of sounds like an essay that I'm writing, trying to persuade you for something. The bottom line is research the heck out of your place before you go. Talk to your friends. If your friends are coming with your family, talk to them about what they want to do. But at the end, it's up to you to research that place. And research before you go. That's it. Period. Full stop. Don't worry if your plans fall out. If you're excited about going somewhere, that place, that location will be in the back of your mind for a long time until you get to go. Again, this video is the first part of a series on travel planning. I know it wasn't the most... It was an introduction way to get your mind thinking about it. It's a way for you to start thinking about how to plan, how to prepare yourself for the future. And it's not going to be something that can get you right in the moment. So I hope you come back next week when we talk about hotels and flights. That might be a little bit more extensive, as that is a huge topic. But I will see you next week for that. See you then.